any bad language tonight. You have to load up the matic. You have to load up this matic. You have to pull it back. You have to knock it on them. And then knock it again. Knock it again. When the criminals are coming through your door of your home.
Okay, what's good everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So today we're going to talk about stand your ground laws, as it's apparent that the Prime Minister is adamant that she is going to go ahead with arming the civilians, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to protect themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, let's dive straight in. When a government proposes to arm its civilians under the guise of stand your ground laws, it is not empowering its people. It's admitting to its own failure to protect them. It's admitting to its own failure to protect you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And I know whilst you're living in it, you feel like this may be necessary. Whilst you're amped up about it, you feel like this may be necessary. So let's take a look at the United States and the implementation of Stand Your Ground and how that's affected them over the years. If you are looking for real-life consequences, alarming consequences of Stand Your Ground. So a comprehensive study that was published in the JAMA Network Open, I believe. The JAMA Network Open found that these laws are associated with an 8 to 11% increase in homicides and firearms homicide rates nationwide in America. This equated to approximately 700 additional homicides each year. 700 additional homicides each year. Florida, the first state to enact such a law in 2005, experienced a 24.4% increase in additional homicide rates and a 31.6% rise in firearms-related homicides following the implementation of this Stand Your Ground laws. Moreover, these laws have not demonstrated a deterrent effect on crime, as the Prime Minister is suggesting. Research has indicated that Stand Your Ground statutes do not reduce burglary, robbery, aggravated assault rates, none of it. So the proliferation of firearms amongst civilians also raises concerns about accidental shootings and misuse. Of course, there were lots of kids who pick up their parents' firearms and shoot themselves in America. So in states with less restrictive firearms legislation, including Stand Your Ground laws, there is a direct correlation with highest rates of suicides and mortality rates. These are the facts. These are the facts. So I know I've touched on this before, and I've spoken about this before, but the fact that the Prime Minister seems to be pushing ahead with this like a bulldozer is quite worrying. Encouraging citizens to arm themselves is not a solution, it's a surrender. It's a failure of the state. It shifts the responsibility of public safety from trained law enforcement officers to untrained civilians. It's not rocket science. This is a bad idea. As good as it feels to you guys, this is a bad idea. This is increasing the potential for violence and tragedy. More guns increases the potential for violence and tragedy. Trinidad and Tobago must learn from these outcomes that they've seen in American states like Florida. So instead of adopting policies that have proven detrimental elsewhere, we should focus on strengthening our own law enforcement agencies. We should focus on stopping guns from getting over the border by investing in whatever we need to invest to get that done. Because most of the guns that enter Trinidad comes directly from America. And we need to somehow implement effective crime preventing strategies. Arming our citizens is not one of them. Arming the population is not the answer. It's a dangerous path that leads away from peace and security. I've talked about this before, and to see this headlining, constantly headlining, means that the Prime Minister is deflecting to the citizens. The former regime, the former administration, the PNM, were pretty much useless when it came to implementing laws and reducing the crime rate, the murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago. The new government is trying to find a quick fix, a quick way of being effective. We ended the the previous year, with a record amount of homicides in Trinidad. And obviously the government wants to do something to show that they've reduced that rate. The quickest way to do that is to make you feel like they're doing something about it by arming you, the citizens, giving you guns, giving you the ability to apply for firearms. And this way it makes it look like they are being effective. Long term, this is not an effective strategy. Martial law is not an effective strategy. It's not going to work. I've given you the statistics before. I've given you facts coming from America. The country with over 300, the last time of counting, I think they had up something right near 390 million guns in America, which is double, which is insane, an insane amount. When they have a population of about 350 million. They almost have 50 million more guns than they have people. And you only have to look at the suicide rate, the crime rate, the mass shootings, the domestic terrorism attack that happens over there. It's astronomical. So we don't want to fall into that same trap. We have to do better. And it starts with the grassroots issues that Trinidad and Tobago face. And to deal with those issues is going to take time. It's going to take time. And when a government comes into power, they have 5 years to change things around, to keep themselves in power. And the quickest way to do it is to do what they're doing now. It's not a long-term strategy. It's not going to work. It's only going to make things worse. Because the more guns that gets into Trinidad, the more crime there's going to be. Those guns are going to get into the wrong hands. People are going to be breaking into your house to steal the things that it's counterproductive almost. It's counterproductive because criminals who can't get their hands on a gun will be breaking into your house to get your gun. The whole thing is just nonsense. This is not the way we should be fixing a country. We're going into some sort of war. Is it a war zone now? Is this a war zone that we're living in? Or we're trying to potentially live in? This is not going to work. I've given you the facts and figures. People can come on here and argue with me as much as they want. You cannot argue with facts. I don't care. Your feeling doesn't mean anything when it comes to the facts. And I've given you the facts, and the facts comes directly from America. So take it as you wish. This is a stupid idea. It should not be implemented. We have to do better. The government's failed, and they're deflecting that onto you, the citizens, to protect yourself because they failed to protect you. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the next video. For now, much love. God bless. Take care. Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe. The channel is growing massively. So please continue to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, much love. God bless. Take care. Peace.